Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time take a look at the 1983 Toyota Celica XX 2800 GT. It's a good thing there's not another X in this title, otherwise this video would be getting demonetized. This is the oldest Celica in the game, back when Celicas were rear-wheel drive, and I don't even think the Supra existed. The Supra was originally a trim level of the Celica. Might have even been this one. 1984, I think, was the first year for that. So, yeah, the Celica Supra was a thing at one point, and you can sort of see why this car definitely does look like the later Supra, to be honest with you. But, yeah, for whatever reason, the Celica sort of developed into its own compact car, and the Supra became the big sports car, which just seems very odd. Anyways, front engined, rear-wheel drive, 363 horsepower, 1,101 kilos. Pretty average statistics for this track. It's got quite a cool race mod. This car, when you buy it in the dealership, has like this sort of two-tone rear end on it, which I'm not a huge fan of. So it also has weird rear vents. I did notice that. Anyways, this is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 RS. That's at a time of 27.806. What it really should have done... Actually, no, I don't know. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I'm thinking maybe I should have put the Mark III Supra before this, so we could see a good comparison between this and the car that it spawned. But then again, you know, maybe the Mark III, when we test that soon, that can be the, we can see how much progress they've made from that, potentially. I don't know. Where's this car going to end up? I have absolutely no idea. I'm expecting this to be slower than newer Celicas for rather obvious reasons. Where's the Sprinters? I think the Sprinters are all hanging around sort of 31.8s, MX-5 Roadster, stuff like that. This is weird. This is very weird to drive. So it hasn't got a turbo and it's not particularly fast. I think the biggest weirdness with this is it feels... The differential on it actually feels a little bit weird. All these cars run the customised limited slip, so they should all be pretty much the same, really. But this sort of feels like it lets go at the rear end, and then when it does, you just can't get it back, and that's just where it's going. It's very weird. It's one of those cars that feels like it perpetually wheel spins everywhere, which isn't ideal. 31.746 though, that's a pretty decent shout for it so far. Like I say, I'm not expecting this to be anywhere near the modern Celicas. This is one of the oldest cars we've had though, right? 1984, there's not many cars that are obviously like all the American classic muscle cars and stuff like that. They're all newer than this, but older than this, but I don't think there is many cars in this game that are older than this. In terms of Toyotas, there's only one, I think, and it's the 2000 GT. Oh, and the Starlet as well, actually. There's a really old Starlet in this game, interestingly enough. I do very much love the Gran Turismo 2 car list, because it does genuinely look like it's just whatever Polyphony wanted to add. There was no rhyme or reason to half the stuff they added, like with all the classic Starlets and stuff. They just wanted cars. Just cars. Any sort of cars. Before you say yes, I have noticed the weird rear bumper glitching out. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's a very consistent car to drive, if nothing else, as evidenced by the lap times. See, there you go, there's the drifting I was talking about. The rear end did finally have to let go at some point. But, yeah, I don't think there's much more lap time in that, to be honest with you. It's alright to drive, to be fair. I'd probably drive this over like the naturally aspirated Supras I've driven, because they were terrible. But, yeah, not brilliant, I have to be honest. I have to be honest, it's just not my cup of tea to drive. Anyways, 31.746. That puts it into 137th place. It is quicker than the Shelby GT500, Nissan Stagia, Lotus Elise, S14. It's quicker than a Sprinter Terreno, Silvia Q's, so about sort of with the cars of its time-ish. Yeah, loses out slightly to Dodge Avenger, Chevrolet Corvette, Nissan Fairlady. That is about where it should be, realistically. It's not a bad car. It's just, it's a little bit more wayward than I would personally like it to be. But, yeah, that's the way it goes. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. And until then, farewell.